I'm starting to understand this Shakespeare stuff and I am beginning to really like it.
I don't care for it at all, and Mr. Neal is really making it boring. I would rather talk about Waka Flocka.
But Much Ado About Nothing is a very interesting tale. It is full of intrigue and romance. It is also pretty funny at times. I think you should give the play and Mr. Neal a chance. I know he jumps around and acts crazy at times, but he is just trying to get you into the story.
But I am much more interested in T.I. and Lil Wayne. And I think those two students we were talking about are about to get into a fight. How am I supposed to concentrate on all of that silly-sounding language when all of that stuff is going on?
But don't you see? There is just as much drama and intrigue in the typical Shakespeare play as there is in the lives of rap stars or students who are about to throw down in the hallway. For instance, the scene in Much Ado About Nothing when Benedict is eavesdropping on the conversation with Don Pedro and Claudio about the supposed love of Beatrice for him is quite comical, don't you think?
Waka Flocka.
How about that evil Don John who tries to derail the romance between Hero and Claudio? That has all the trappings of a modern-day suspense movie, don't you think?
Waka Flocka.
By my troth, I don't know how I can get through to you, my dear fair maiden. Ha. 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 That is just a little bit of Shakespeare humor I laid on you there. What do you think?
I did not find it very funny. In fact, it was about as funny as when Mr. Neal does it. In other words, not very.
But you liked Romeo and Juliet, didn't you? There are a lot of similarities between the two plays. Isn't there anything that would get you interested in Much Ado About Nothing?
Oh, I don't know. I suppose I could try. I suppose there is some merit in studying the writings of the man many consider to be the greatest writer ever. A man who was not very revered during his lifetime, yet managed to write nearly 40 plays and close to 200 sonnets. Many of Shakespeare's plays continue to be performed on stage by professional actors nearly 400 years after his death, and some have gone through multiple adaptations and modernizations for the big screen. I guess today's rappers and the students about to throw down in the hall have a lot to live up to if they compare themselves to Shakespeare. My bad, brah. I will pay better attention.
And do you think that despite his weird jumping around and constantly saying okay, and speaking in that woman's voice that makes us wonder about him a bit when he reads a female part, despite all of that, do you think you could give Mr. Neal a chance?
Waka Flocka. Just kidding.